When you say humans are the most important thing in the universe, they call you arrogant and factually wrong. And they make robots to replace you, but they are the ones who are arrogant. You and I, in our education, in our interactions with each other, have been taught a principle that ruins our ability to make genuine human art. Give me 3 minutes of your time, and I'll tear down this principle for you, freeing up your creative soul. So, have you noticed? Today, we seldom stumble upon an artist whose abilities, accomplishments, and creativity make him or her mysterious to us. An artist whose genius is divinely inspired. Nowadays, everything can be dissected. Nowadays, we never feel the pleasure of looking at a piece of art in awe, saying, I could never do that. Have you noticed? In today's world, we no longer find this transcendental experience. Everything is rational, with conflicts of interest and boring, endless individual opinions. Have you noticed, at the root of everything, the belief that art is something of a scientific undertaking? You may have noticed the rise of unnatural art. You are told to enjoy it, and you may pretend to, but deep down, it insults you. Where have all the divine artists gone? They are in the past. Where has the veneration for humanity gone? It is in the past. Where has our humility, our admiration of nature gone? It is in the past. All these things were lost on us a couple hundred years ago, when humanity came upon its greatest achievement, science. Before science, we knew ourselves to be small, intellectually and spiritually in the face of the world. Before science, our artists of genius knew that their creativity wasn't enough, that they needed the help of nature. Before science, mirroring nature, learning the visual laws of our Creator, giving incarnation to spirits, all in all, serving the beyond, was always the purpose of art. I say to you, stray not an inch further away from nature, but instead ever closer, until total communion. 200 years ago, science convinced us of our own greatness, of our superiority to nature. People say the scientific point of view is humble, because it makes us into small bundles of atoms on a rock spinning in empty space. But I say science is arrogance. It rhymes, after all. Spiritually arrogant, intellectually arrogant, because it convinces you and I that our minds are big enough to hold the entire universe, which just isn't the case. It convinces us that there isn't anything beyond our minds, that our creativity is ours alone, that to open yourself up as an artist, to allow the universe to flow through you without controlling it, without rebelling against it, is wrong. Yes, you've been duped. When you say humans are the most important thing in the universe, they call you arrogant and factually wrong, and then they make robots to replace you. But they are the ones who are arrogant, again. They believe that they've completed their basic understanding of the universe, that they've understood basically everything, and that there remains only a few little points of contention about the nature of reality, and that these little points, even these little flaws in their understanding, will be ironed out by nature in the next couple hundred years. They don't believe in inspiration, apart from a kind of mechanical stroke of luck in a mechanical brain. They don't believe in anything mysterious, and in their arrogance, they seek with their minds to belittle all of reality into being understood, explained away. And look at their art, abstract art that hardly speaks to anyone. Surrealists, childish tantrums, postmodern art, metamodern art, all the isms, art that follows a logical, philosophical path, fully controlled by our conscious minds. I call it unnatural art, or anti-natural art, and it is bad. Let's face it, anti-natural art lacks purpose and is vulnerable to replacement by AI. So what is your purpose as an artist? What must it be today in the face of increasing pressure from the robots and from the dictators? I say to you, stray not an inch further from nature, but ever closer until total communion. For this is found in all artistic traditions. I've studied all these traditions. The Chinese strove to be the link between sky and earth. The Muslim painters looking to mirror the mind of God. The Christians passed down divinely inspired iconography. All these people had humility. The Renaissance painters, the cave painters, the pre-Columbian painters, all these men and women of genius whom you, the artist, ought to emulate, looked for something beyond. They knew themselves to be very small and the universe to be very big. And indeed today, regardless of the financial hardship and of the saving grace of using AI for art, the countless residencies that are opening up for artists to explore the mind of AI or collaborate with AI, whatever that means. Regardless of these, you and I must make a stand because we know ourselves to be great. And we know that following the eternal creed of arts, with nature on our side, with nature as our leader to whom we are subservient, we can never be permanently defeated. And as soon as the pressure relinquishes, we will be glorious forever. Make your call. Stray not an inch further from nature, but ever closer until total communion. See you guys